Hey guys, I hope you're having a great weekend. I know I am. It's been a very blessed weekend. Before I get into the topic, and I got a good topic of discussion thanks to Julks. Guys commented a few times on my videos. He gave me a good idea for a topic, some things to talk about, some points I'll make in terms of if you're looking to get into the spraying and fertilization side of things, which I think is a great idea, by the way. I really do. But yeah, y'all, just give you an idea of what's going on. So I had a great day at church, great service, several baptisms, which was amazing, seeing and hearing the stories and testimonies from various people. Some really serious things that people were going through, and their lives were just miraculously changed once they accepted Jesus into their life and that kind of thing, guys. And they're living a much better life and a much better situation now than before. But yeah, some really incredible testimonies today at church. It was really neat. But anyway, yeah, other than that, I got me workout in afterwards, and we spent some time at the pool. Now I'm cooking out. I'm already ready for the day tomorrow, guys. Just give you a quick idea of the Navigator. Like I said many times, I prefer the Walker, but the Navigator is doing a good job. I had the hydros, the pumps rebuilt. It's got over 800 hours on it a couple months ago, but they were leaking, so I took it back in, and Ace did a great job of repairing that and getting that situated, and also replaced the fan belt. So yeah, I did a really good job last week cutting. I didn't notice any kind of leaking from the hydro pumps, that kind of thing, guys. So that's good. I need the Navigator to give me some good hours, some good production, that kind of thing. I don't want to depend on my two walkers to do the majority of the work. That makes sense. But yeah, y'all, hey, great weekend. I hope you are as well. A couple things, guys, in terms of if you're looking to get into the treatment and fertilization side of things, I'll just make a couple points because I'm sure I'll forget other things, and I'll add those throughout the video tomorrow when I get some footage as well. But the first thing I would say, guys, and it's obvious, I made this point to Julks when he asked me about it in the comments on another video. Obviously, you got to make sure you got your license, guys. It's not, I mean, I know some people out like it's not that big a deal, but there are people out here checking. And if you get pulled over, and if you're spraying anybody's yard other than your yard with chemicals, you can get a pretty big fine. I actually had my buddy Gabe got a pretty big fine, not even for him spraying, but he had one of his employees was out spraying. They didn't have sleeves. They weren't wearing sleeves while they were out spraying chemicals. And he got a pretty big fine for that, the fact that one of his employees wasn't spraying with sleeves on. And obviously that's more the employee's fault. If you ask me, you should know better. But he ended up having to pay the piper, so to speak. I think it was a $500 fine. It was last year. So these people are out there checking. I've gotten checked. I actually got checked last year because I didn't have signage on the side of my truck, which I didn't even know about. And then he ended up checking to see if I had a license. So yeah, y'all, make sure you got your license, not only in order to be able to spray, but also to be able to buy certain chemicals. You're going to have certain chemicals, guys, that are called restricted use chemicals that not just anybody can buy. You're going to have a license in order to buy those chemicals. So yeah, there are various things, various chemicals I use that I had to show proof of a license in order to purchase them, that kind of thing, guys. So yeah, not only think of the part as far as being able to spray, but also the fact that you may need certain chemicals in your mixture and solution to buy, and you're not going to be able to buy them if you don't have a license, that kind of thing, guys. So you got to be thinking of that. But yeah, y'all, I think that's my first point. I think my second point, and again, I'll make some other points throughout the video, guys, because there's a lot of things I can add. I just don't want to make the intro too long. So I think the second thing, guys, is when I first started doing the treatments, I bought a 100-gallon skid sprayer. Now, at the time, I thought that was plenty adequate because, I mean, I was just getting into it, and I was just letting people know that I was mowing, you know, whose yards I was already mowing, if that makes sense. But that 100-gallon tank, obviously, most average yards are probably going to take about 30 gallons of solution. So, I mean, it would obviously run out fairly fast, and it takes a good bit of time to refill it and add the chemicals and all that kind of thing. So, a suggestion that I would make to you guys that are looking to get into it, go ahead and purchase a 200-gallon tank skid spray, which is what I did a few years later, before I obviously bought this. But yeah, a couple years after I got into it and I purchased a 100-gallon sprayer, I ended up upgrading and bought a 200-gallon tank skid sprayer. And that obviously helped me when when it came to production and being able to spray more yards without having to fill it up so frequently, that kind of thing, guys. So that'd be my second recommendation, Jolks. Go ahead and buy you at least a 200-gallon sprayer, just so you can go ahead and have something that you can grow into, so to speak. And then obviously as you continue to grow, you're probably gonna need to upgrade, which is what I did with my spray truck here. This is a 400-gallon tank. This is a 400-gallon tank, guys. And obviously I don't have to refill it hardly at all. Usually just once a day. Generally, if I'm just doing yards, you know, it'll last me basically all day long, so I don't have to worry about refilling, that kind of thing. So yeah, y'all, it's been a progression for me in terms of the treatment and fertilization, but I highly recommend it, guys. It's very profitable, and especially if you do smaller yards like I recommend. I mean, you can literally pull up, mow a yard, spray it, and sometimes mow, spray, and fertilize the same yard all at once, which is something I do at times. And it's very profitable, and I really enjoy it. It's just different than mowing. You got to be careful about, you know, mixing your chemicals and your solutions, because you can obviously hurt the grass in the yard if you're not careful, that kind of thing. So you got to think of that too. But it's not hard to figure out, you know, the amount of chemical you need to mix and that kind of thing, guys. But yeah, you'll actually learn a lot of that when you take your test to get the license, that kind of thing, in terms of mixing chemicals and the PPE you'll need to wear. That kind of, obviously you want to wear gloves when you're handling chemicals, that kind of thing. But yeah, y'all, it's a great aspect of the business that I added, and I really highly recommend it. Let me, while I'm thinking about it, I'm actually looking at it right now. In terms of spreaders, this is a Lesco spreader. It's a commercial grade. Go ahead and get you a good fertilizer spreader. Don't get you one of them, you know, homeowner style cheap spreaders, you know, that's, I guarantee you're going to tear up fairly quickly after you get it. Go ahead and buy you a Lesco spreader. I highly recommend. Very durable. It lasts a long time. I think I've had this one for about 3 years now. Haven't had any problems. Haven't had to place the wheel or anything like that. Obviously there's some maintenance things you got to do, but go ahead and do that, guys. That'd be another recommendation I'd have, Jolks, is go ahead and buy you a good spreader. I think this one was like $5.50, the Lesco. They may have gone up from there, and it's got the blocker, so whenever you're around the pool, you can just let the blocker down. Let me see. You just let it down like that to keep the pellets from going into the pool, that kind of thing. If there's an area you don't want them to spread into, you can just put it down, that kind of thing, guys. But yeah, y'all, hey, listen, the video's getting kind of long. I'm gonna get some good footage tomorrow, y'all, and we'll talk about some other aspects that I think are critical in terms of fertilization and treatments, and why I think it's a good thing to add to your business if you can. And I'll get some good, you know, mowing footage as well. But anyway, I hope you're having a great weekend, guys. God bless each and every one of you. Talk to you later. Hey guys, give you a quick update real quick on what's going on for today. Off to a good start, even though my favorite employee, James, another no call, no show, that kind of thing. I'm not gonna complain about it. I'm used to me and Justin out here knocking them out. We're just in one truck, so not a big deal, but he said he wanted to work all week. And I told him if he didn't, he wasn't gonna work. If he didn't come today, I told him that Hunter was gonna work tomorrow, because Hunter can work Tuesday through Friday. So yeah, he won't be working tomorrow either. So yeah, at this point, I'm just gonna get through the summer and I'll get rid of him, you know, when things slow down, that kind of thing, guys. But hey, quick point in terms of spraying and fertilizing, guys, is something that a lot of people have done. They've transitioned over from mowing to treatments and fertilization, and some have even, you know, gotten rid of mowing completely. I think Johnny Mows is doing the same thing. I think he's doing more fertilization and treatments as opposed to mowing. I think he said he's still got some mowing that he does, that kind of thing. But yeah, as you get older, and it's something I thought about too, I think it's a good idea that you can possibly transition over to doing exclusively treatments and fertilization, because it is easier in terms of the physicality of it and the amount of work. It's just not as much work, as far as comparing it to mowing. When you got to edge and blow and, weed eat and all that kind of thing. And frankly, you can make a little more money too. You just have to have way more yards to make the money that you can make mowing, but it's just easier to do and less hassle, and you don't need a guy necessarily with you to do it, that kind of thing, to be able to do a lot of yards and make some good money. So that's the point I want to make, is it's definitely a good thing to have. That way, as you get older, if you're having issues like I am with health, maybe you can transition over to doing exclusively treatments and fertilizing, because your body can handle it. It's not super hard to do, that kind of thing. You also have alternative methods to apply it in terms of Z sprays and things like that they can use, to make it even easier, less walking, that kind of thing, guys. But anyway, I just thought I'd throw that out there. Hope you're having a great day. Talk to you later. Hey guys, it's close to 1:30 right now. We're going to take a late lunch. I figured go ahead and get them knocked out while it's somewhat cloudy out. The clouds make such a big difference. But anyway, we've probably done about 13 after this one. So yeah, we're doing really good. Me and Justin are knocking them out. Quick point, guys, as far as spraying and fertilizing, you got to make sure you get a good supplier, a good rep. That can really help you out. I've got a really good one myself. Mr. James does a really good job and helps me out. Yeah, make sure you get a good rep, because they can advise you on certain chemicals to use and fertilizers and the different formulation for fertilizer. I usually use his advice and his knowledge when it comes to those things, because I'm not an expert when it comes to exactly what to use in a lot of cases. So yeah, y'all make sure you consider that. Find you a good rep or a good co-op with a guy that you can trust that can advise you as well. So yeah, just thought I'd point that out, y'all. Have a good one. Hey guys, about 5 o'clock now. I got home in reasonable time. Me and Justin finished up around 4:30, and I ended up going to fertilize the yard up the street, the same one that I sprayed Friday. Luckily, it looks like the weeds are actually dying off, so looks like it. The rain held off a little longer than I thought to cause it to mess it up, that kind of thing. So it looks like a lot of the weeds are dying off there where I sprayed. I just want to make sure I went ahead and fertilize it because it looks like it's going to be storming any minute now. As you can see, it's thundering and lightning all around. We're just kind of in the middle of a clear spot apparently, because we're basically surrounded by storms and thunder. But yeah, y'all, overall great day. I mean, despite our good friend James no calling, no showing, apparently he needed a week plus vacation. Apparently 7 days wasn't enough for him to get out of bed. And actually, guys, I kid you not, he literally just texted me about 20 minutes ago at 4:30 that his neighbor's garage caught on fire. So yeah, y'all, I mean, it's just a bunch of BS at this point. I told him yesterday if he didn't show up today that I would have Hunter work tomorrow, and I already texted Hunter. Hunter wants to work, so I'm gonna have Hunter work tomorrow. He can work the whole week, and I'll let James know if he wants to work Wednesday through Friday. We'll see, especially if we're doing 2 trucks. I mean, if you don't show up, is what it is. You know, I've already prepared, and like I said, me and Justin knocked out, I think it was 19 yards total today, and got done at a good time. So I actually ended up doing 2 more than I was expecting on the list. So yeah, I mean, it's just be nice to have another helper, another guy on the truck. With it being so hot, it was super hot and humid today, really humid today. So obviously it's tough. I mean, we're all dealing with it, guys. But yeah, it made it a little bit easier, but we were still able to get the list done plus 2. So me and Justin can really get a lot done together. He does a great job, and me and him together are, able to get a lot of, production done, that kind of thing, a lot of volume. Like I said, 19 yards, so off to a good start for the week, that kind of thing. So yeah, y'all, whatever is what it is with James. I'm used to it and already prepared for it. Like I said, I was hoping he'd be here to kind of help out. I want to make one last point, guys, about the fertilization spraying side of things, if you want to get into it. And this is something I've mentioned in some other videos before in terms of the value that it offers. So we all know that, most customers, they don't like dealing with multiple companies, right? So it's a selling point. If you can sell the fact that you do treatments and fertilization, obviously on top of mowing and all the other maintenance things that you do when it comes to mowing, trim bush, all that, it's a big selling point to people, especially if they're wanting to do both. Obviously most people, like I said, they want to deal with one company. They much rather deal with one company than multiple companies. So that's a big thing that I try to sell to people if they're wanting both things done. It's the fact that I can do all of it, so to speak. So yeah, it's a big deal. And like I said before, the HOA accounts that I have, I make big money each month. If you combine all 4 of them, they all wanted somebody to do the weed control and fertilization, and they didn't want to deal with multiple companies. They wanted one company that could do the mowing and the treatments and fertilization side of things all in one. So you got to think of that, y'all. I mean, it's a big deal. I really actually enjoy it. It's just different than mowing. It's easier, to be frankly honest with you. There are some things that I didn't mention in the video, by the way, that I could mention, but it'd take longer to explain. I'll mention those in some other videos, some other things that you can consider and think about that I've learned over the years of doing the weed control side of things, guys. But yeah, I feel like I brought up some really good points that I've learned over the years being in business that have made weed control and fertilization very valuable. Very good thing to add to your business, especially if you're in an area like I am where pretty much everybody wants weed control done, even if they mow their own yard. So I do have quite a few, especially in my neighborhood, that they may mow their yard, but they don't do the weed control and fertilization themselves, which frankly I think is a bad idea for homeowners to do, especially when it comes to doing the pre-emergence and that kind of thing. But yeah, y'all think of that. Let me know in the comments, guys, anything else. I feel like I said, I feel like I gave some helpful tips and pointers. If you got any other questions, just let me know, and I'll maybe do a video in the future of talking about some other things I can add. Like I've said before, I just don't want the video to be too long. But yeah, y'all, hope you're having a great week. Start the week, guys. Great Monday. God bless each and every one of you. Make some money this week. I'll talk to you later.